Oh, fucking shit. Never did it before. So we're going to do it. Ooh. I haven't made the joint yet, but when I drop this theme song, it's gonna be one of the hardest themes ever. I'm matching that Keenan and Kel frequency. It's no PC radio, and I go by the name Black Poet Act Like You Know It, and I am rocking with
Johnny Storm.
Shelby Love.
Kairos.
Johnny Okami.
yes, sir, yes, ma'ams. I don't know. I don't want to start with the song of the year or the album of the year, 2024 wrap up side of the game. What's the hardest song that dropped this year?
Nobody
Squabble
knows.
up.
Everybody speak at one time.
Hey, Drake, look at me. Squabble up. That was the hardest.
I'm not going to speak publicly about because I rap and he raps too.
I will.
All I'm going to say, I didn't hear that, but look, Not Like Us probably is the song of the year. No,
Yeah.
And
I mean, it
in
stayed on the
public
charts.
media.
Yeah.
It surpassed Taylor Swift.
It's been playing
and
everywhere.
it got him the Super Bowl spot.
Low key.
And then he followed up with a banging album. So, yeah, I will say Not Like
Low-key.
Us is definitely top. What will be the second, though, after that?
Not
'Cause,
yet.
I mean, before, I'm just saying, before.
Not yet, right? So boom. He acts like this is hard to do because we there's typically 5 people on here, and he acts like he can't move this fucking mic. We're breaking the fourth wall, but dude, just move the fucking mic. Anyway, I think it's Not Like Us, but Kendrick bit Sada on fucking A. Ain't never been no bitch, ain't never been no hoe. A. And that part that goes, A. Boom, boom, boom. What is it? I lean on you niggas like a nigga Lando want me, and I'ma put it on the pot. Ay, that is Sada. That's the Detroit flow, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
They got a lot of,
understand.
like, Detroit and the Bay Area, because, like, he kind of took a lot from the Bay Area for that record, because we ain't really heard him on no bouncy Bay, beat like that for real. So that was just the vibe. And Sada was, he's been out in the Bay a lot, especially in the beginning of his career. Things happened to him out there, and he came back. He's also gained a major fan base out there. So that's just an influence.
He's about to say something.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just put you up on game.
Let me put y'all on game. People keep saying that on the Oakland Detroit side of the game, but I'm not rolling. The industry is about trends and themes. Even if that sound came from Oakland 20, 30 years ago, people weren't doing it. The same way they say Migos style or cadence is lower to Infamous and 3 6 Mafia, great. But then it stopped, it went away for decades, and then Migos brought it back. Then everyone else stole it. So if you have a sound or a style, let's say you didn't create it, but you made it popular again, and then everyone else bites you, are you not a curator? Am I tripping?
If everybody would have bite your sound?
If everybody were to actually keep it right there, because that automatically got irritating. You were right. I'm not about to keep doing that.
Okay.
You remember the old duets?
Yeah.
I wanna love you in the evening. Anyway, if you are the curator in the second generation and people start biting you, you still are the wave.
You restarted the
People
way.
were shooting
Yeah.
threes before Steph Curry, but Steph Curry revolutionized it,
Made it popular.
made it popular again.
Yeah.
So I think if we're being honest, Kendrick bit the fuck out of Sada, and I mean, it is what it is. He's not gonna say that because he's in the game. But
How do you know that Kendrick even heard a Sada record? Because that record,
He heard him,
Furry,
not
that
the
record.
song.
I mean,
He heard him,
we
he
understand
knows.
that Sada's a very big, entity in the industry, but I mean, like, the record you're referring to is not his biggest record, so we don't know if he even heard that.
bro, people allegedly accuse Beyonce of taking SoundCloud records from motherfuckers with 300 views. You telling me Kendrick Lamar has never heard Sada Baby and FMB DZ and all them went over to Oakland to do shoots and everything else?
Benefit of the doubt and being objective
Sure.
could say that maybe his team heard the sound and not actually him. And it was a suggestion to do that style. Maybe he had nothing with the actual biting of it.
Or great minds just think alike.
That could be true too.
Hey.
Or he could have been it. You never know.
Right.
No, I saw this video that was Tyler the Creator. He was like, man, I was scrolling on something. He saw somebody's
I saw
video
that
with
video,
like
yeah.
200 views and was like, I love this. This is dope. Let's work together. So it's not like they're not
Like they're
on their
social
phones.
media,
They're not
yeah.
on social media. Yeah.
100%.
Tyler had a great album too.
I'm not scared of that nigga, so if you got a problem with it, you can see me. Anyway,
What?
If he got a problem, he can see him.
this pen works.
I was like, I didn't
I'm
hear
not Aubrey.
anything you said.
Wow.
What about
He's gonna hear that.
I'm screaming.
what's the album of the year? Do we have one?
GNX.
Okay, you heard it.
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
I loved it. Especially
Don't be
Reincarnated.
afraid to speak
I'm
up.
not, bro.
Yeah, I feel you on the same.
Don't want to edit shit.
I'm on the same frequency as you with that one. However, I do got a sidekick to that
You know
one.
how hard it is to do. Please, just a little louder.
All right. I got
A little
you.
bit
I got
louder
you.
now.
But listening to it all the way through, for me, it kind of spoke life into my creative side, which I don't put out into the public at this time, at least. Not in the way that I want to. Imposter syndrome, all that kind of stuff, but particularly Reincarnated kind of reignited it and made me understand there's a purpose for me wanting to do even photography or songwriting or, you know what I'm saying, designing clothes. I'm always like, I ain't trying to be, I'm balancing decolonizing my mind out of, christinization and, I'm trying to go into many different things right now, but
No, please expound on that.
Yeah, I
You
got you.
said
I got you.
decolonizing Christianization. What about
Yeah.
Christianity is telling you can't be creative?
That's deep. That is deep.
If that's what he was
If
implying.
that's what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put this together.
Big words.
For me, most of my life, purpose and what I felt following God was supposed to look like was, explicitly theological, right? Or you know what I'm saying? I'm preaching. I'm doing good things in the world. I'm in healthcare or whatever, just something like that. Something that directly benefits. But creative stuff, I was always like, I don't know. I didn't get the chance to see that as God working in through me and into the world as well, but that kind of helped reframe that for me.
So you feel like when you say you feel like there was only specific ways to express God or service?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
And the album made you feel like you could do it in any way as long as it's coming through your vessel.
Right.
Specifically that record though.
Yeah, what about that? Yeah, that's very deep.
Man,
Yeah.
that record was very deep.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear the song. What about
got it. Oh shit.
Who is
Can't
the
give no
artist?
spoilers
Like,
then.
I'm
Right, I was
lost
gonna
on
ask.
that.
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, so Kendrick.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
what about the record made you feel that way? What's the song about?
So
I'm not bumping it. They copyright shit.
3 different things in it.
in it, he opened it talking about his past life regression that he just did. So going into the previous lives that his soul incarnated as on the earth.
Sir.
And, what's up?
I'm gonna have to edit. Please be closer. So it's fine.
He wants you to
He's like,
speak
please.
into that one.
Okay.
All right. Is this better, sir?
Yes.
All right.
I saw you on stage one time, and you're
When?
really good. It was a long time ago. Oh shit! I saw you
How
on
you doing,
stage
man?
one time. It was a long time ago. It was the summer. You were on stage. You weren't wearing
Oh,
your
it was
glasses.
Last year?
It was spoken word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Use that voice.
It's a little loud.
The medium,
Use that.
whatever
Wait,
that
if you
is.
back up and then you're louder.
All right. So on the track, he's opening it, talking about the past life regression that he did, detailing the two of the previous lives that he lived on the earth, as different musicians, right? The first one was very prolific. I think he, can I say?
Don't say it.
No, I ain't trying to. But that first one was an artist who was very popular but misused that power and like didn't give, things back to God with it, right? The second one, she was also very gifted, moved a lot of people with her music, but wound up getting swallowed up by the vices of the world and losing her life. And then in the third one, he brings it back to current day, to his life, and how really reminds me of DMX in this last verse, but he bringing it full circle, talking about how
it was the devil and
Yes.
God, because it was like the creator of music. So he spoke from Lucifer's perspective, being one of God's child, but being the fallen angel. Said, "Yo, I created you so beautifully, and you're able to make this beautiful music." Wow, that was the.
Yes.
I love that record.
Yeah.
Like, I had to listen to that like 15 times to just break it down. I was like, "Yo, that is amazing."
All right, fuck all that. Since we taking it there, you essentially are an artist. I'm an artist. You are an artist. I don't know if you're gonna take artists serious as you could.
I am.
Okay. But you're like a DJ. Wow, you're also an artist. Okay.
I got more records than I've probably done gigs, bro.
Cap. This out?
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Be in the studio with me. That's not fair.
So when you talk about the devil being the angel of music, talking about the L's of the industry, we're seeing, Diddy get exposed, Harvey Weinstein get exposed, all these different people getting exposed. I think they set that nigga Diddy up because he sued Ciroc. I'm not getting into that today. But let's just say Diddy, not Diddy, whoever. Obviously, there's some satanic shit that happens in the music industry.
Absolutely.
So wanting to pursue it for you looks like what? Do you really want to pursue it as far as you could? I want to stay indie because these people creep me out and I don't want to shoot anybody.
Yeah.
But what would your trajectory, how do you plan it long term? You can go in order. I would like to hear you first because you're going to take it as serious as you could possibly take it. What do you think?
I think that at first I was en route to go
You're drowning right now.
a particular way. And
That's what we're going to call that from now on.
Screaming.
And once I saw it headed in that direction, I quickly kind of pulled back, took some time off. And then obviously life happened, so I'm a mom now. But I do plan on pursuing music, but with the focus and intent to always be mindful of what I'm portraying. So because I know that they look for particular things, symbolism, when I notice that is happening, and even if it's somebody in my camp, and they have some type of creative control, I'm going to always pull the reins in and say, hey, we're not doing that kind of floor. We're not doing no Baphomet. We're not doing this and this and that.
Checkerboard floor.
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
We're not doing nothing that represents, Shiva or the goddess of destruction. Like, I'm not doing it. You're not about to have CERN projected as what I'm represent. I'm not nothing of destruction. I'm life, peace, love, etc. God, I try to be on the more righteous end of things, but obviously I'm not perfect. I'm a practitioner of my faith. But with all that being said, I'm not saying that I won't have music that can speak to the world, because I will. But it won't be, I guess I could say it'll have balance. You know what I'm saying? I'll never take it so far where you saying, oh, she's devil worshiping. Nah, no, I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
If you ever see me win, I mean this with all of my chest, and I'm up, and you accuse me of being a devil worshiper, the odds, depending on the day, that I slap the shit out of you might be high. There's a sin very specifically for the judgmental humans on the earth called bearing false witness. Do not bear false witness on my name or the juju will be reciprocated. 100%.
Times 10.
I mean,
It's the only currency I care about.
yeah.
So speak well, or don't, and watch. Anyway, what about you?
That's a word. There is a scripture in the Bible that literally says, "Do
It's
not
exactly that.
speak on God's anointed,"
Mm.
because you curse yourself.
Yes, sir.
Essentially,
Ma'am.
sir or ma'am, don't do it. Just don't. Keep your mouth closed. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but
You plan to navigate more so in the acting MUA side of the game. What do you think? How do you want to navigate it?
definitely acting, directing, and writing. I'm kind of on the same tip. Anything you get from me, but I think just a little bit more further, I'm gonna say, like, everything we do, even my art collective, if you've seen it, like, I have a scripture on there. Like, everything I do is God based. So I'm praying about it. I'm seeing what that lines up with. My intentionality is to go for artistic people who
Is that a word?
intentionality.
Make it up. Shakespeare made
It
up
is a
500
real
words.
word.
But is it?
I think.
I don't think so, but we
Intentionality?
understood. We speak economics.
Be punished.
Your intentions.
My intentions.
It doesn't matter, please.
Okay.
No, wait, hold on. Because I've always wanted to say this. Shakespeare made up 500 words, and because he was that nigga, they let him. So if it's not, you just made a word. It's a Shelbyism.
Yeah, it's lit.
I used to do that when I was a kid. I used to call them Shelby Dictionary, the Shelby Dictionary.
Okay.
Boom.
Bet.
Intentionality.
My intentionality.
What's that other one that you said?
What did I
earlier?
say? What did I say? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely positive.
That's not a real word, but that's the Shelby. If you want to
Absolutely.
call it, yeah.
Shelbyisms. We're doing it.
Shelbyism.
Shelbyism.
Ding.
I like
It's gonna
it.
be a little ding in the thing. But no, everything that I want to make is the intentionality behind it is to minister to people through art, because art, especially like we were talking about before, Lucifer was the angel of music. And he was the most beautiful.
I ain't
angel.
gonna lie. Fuck that nigga, bro.
Low key, because he get on my nerves, but we're not talking about him right now.
Because we not.
Because we don't give him
I don't
no
know if
shine,
that's true, bro.
okay?
Because that means anybody that does music comes from. No.
No. But that I don't think it means that everybody comes from him. I think that because that's his that's his area.
Like he the coldest
of
musician
influence.
ever. No, get off that nigga dick.
Nah.
Fuck that nigga, bro.
But because that's his
I don't
area
believe that
of
shit,
like
nah.
he was over that
But he was
department.
cold at it.
All
God
right.
is still the creator of him, so that makes
Exactly.
Right.
God
No.
still-
God is the
God.
into a music, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But God created, he was over that area. So a lot of times I
Type
feel
shit.
like artists, creatives,
feedback.
creative people are, that industry has always been so easily
I got a
entangled
deep thing.
with dark stuff.
We can have some fun if you want
Yeah.
to.
But I just want to add right quick. It's just so powerful.
I'm Johnny right now. No one knows what I'm
It's
saying.
so powerful. The art of music.
Yeah.
that it does have the ability to influence and corrupt or uplift
Yeah.
and completely, like, y'all been in church before, right?
Come on now.
Okay, and you know how
Been
you
to
could
the
be
Kingdom
singing a
Hall.
song. You didn't go there to get baptized and all this, but after you done praised hymns and you sung the song that had the frequency of God in
Yep,
it,
absolutely.
you felt it in your whole spirit. Like, everything about it was like, you know what? I'm changing my life today.
Literally.
Like, that spiritual hit me.
Like,
When
Let's
I was
smack you in the
when I was 17, I did choir, Mr. Bose, and exactly what you're talking about happened. Like, because I wasn't a Christian at that time at all. I really had no belief. I guess I was agnostic, and I was singing these records. It was "Did My Lord Deliver Daniel?" That he might not ever
I have the
I used to be in
flashback
choir, too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. It resonated. It resonated in a way where you could feel the vibration. Now that I'm older,
Yeah.
it was the auric field. It's wah, 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 wah on the binaural beat side of the game. So you're absolutely right. And that made me want to change from writing secular music that was really about violence and sex and more so trying to give a message.
Because
Yeah.
depending on that beat and the frequency it carry, it'll actually influence you subconsciously to write about a particular
does.
type of thing, and it won't be nothing godly or
Yeah.
nothing positive.
Mhm.
So
If you
We
know,
were
I felt the
talking
same
about
way.
the goddamn album of the year.
well, we're still talking about music.
And
Yeah.
we got into theology and fuck Lucifer.
Hey, look, since y'all brought up fucking G and X, I'm gonna bring up Doechii's album. What y'all think about that?
Doechii, the new
new
rap
one.
artist.
Yeah,
I
from
like
TDE.
her vibe.
I
love that fucking
Flow,
album.
her
Oh,
style,
yeah.
she's so
She's very
eccentric.
cool.
Yeah,
I
she
love
got like
it.
it's
So
a
far,
record
she's
on there
cool
called
with it.
"Denial Is a River." That's probably like one of the best records on there.
Yeah.
I suggest it.
I just saw her
because
tiny
it's a
dress.
complete story
I
about
didn't
her
watch the whole thing.
and kind of like things she was going through. And it's like she did like a thing on Instagram where she does that record and it's Issa Rae on there doing the
Yeah, I saw that
therapy.
clip.
Yeah,
Yep.
that
That
is
was
the record.
hilarious.
It's actually-
You
That's the
would know
record?
something about Issa Rae, wouldn't
The
you?
depressive song.
You are
The
depressive
hilarious.
song?
He's saying I look like Issa Rae.
Yeah,
now.
it
No, it's
was
kinda
talking
upbeat.
about like drugs and.
Oh yeah, she was like, "What was it? Drugs?" He's like, "No, it wasn't drugs." He's like, "No, what is drugs?" And then,
Yeah,
And she
like,
goes,
yeah,
I
she's like-
wanted
yeah.
to like
but
it.
that record was
I love
like-
everybody.
Wanted to like it.
I didn't
But
listen to the song, but
My fuck on that, I just don't care. Look, Doechii, I fuck with that John. What it is, ho?
No,
What's
no,
up?
She's dope.
That's a great
She's dope.
record,
That's the wrong album.
and I promise I'm not hoeing you. But the fact that I didn't hear that album and there's other shit to talk about, I don't give a fuck. If it's good, y'all check it out. And
Great new artist,
You didn't even hear
She
the
is-
next, though.
look,
she's really dope. So
I
far,
gave
that I
Kendrick-
know.
and I
The
like
John.
certain songs.
Yeah.
you said one thing.
listen to songs
I
that you
don't
like.
give a fuck.
Okay, I'll post them to you.
I don't
Because
care.
you have some good
If
stuff.
I
it's
like
good,
high
yay.
vibrational stuff.
100%.
So
Any other fucking suggestions for the album of the year? No one?
Taylor Swift.
I'm about to say Taylor Swift.
I'm
For real,
joking.
for real.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I am so joking.
Oh, we ain't doing
I
that.
was saying she likes Taylor Swift. I was
do,
joking
I
because I
do.
do
I love
not
Taylor
like Taylor
Swift.
Swift
I'm a
that much.
Swiftie.
What? What about Blank Space?
Okay.
Is that right?
I,
Your
uh,
name?
Well,
Right?
I know the song,
Oh shit!
but I'm not.
you're
a fan.
here. Watch a movie called The Butterfly Effect.
I have seen it.
Oh
I
my
wanna see
god,
it.
I'm
that
really
movie is good as fuck.
Yeah.
Watch
It
the
is
theatrical release. Don't watch
amazing.
the alternate ending.
Okay.
That bitch sad. But
It
watch
is
the
sad.
theatrical release.
Is that the one with
I
Ashton
love
Kutcher?
rom
But-
com, so I don't care.
But
I'm
when you
gonna
see what it's
enjoy it.
about, who it's about,
I've been saw it, but I resaw it again with my
it
grown
is.
man
Yeah,
mind.
It is.
I love that
Shit, that multiverse shit we was talking about last episode,
Yeah.
bro.
It dives into
The
that.
mind over matter metaphysical shit. I've never seen a movie really get into it that way, where how easy it is to change reality, even if it already happened. But that's too deep. We
Yeah.
don't leave that shit alone.
Ooh.
Oh, it's another one too. It's about a camera, but I can't remember the name of the movie. But they would use this camera and set up things to kind of determine or like rewind time or fix the present or fix the future. But one time they like tried to bend fate too much to the point where 2 people ended up dead and the girl ended up going to jail. It was just a mess because she was trying to play both of the men in her life. And unfortunately, she played so much, and she was manipulating the camera behind the scenes to the point where she bended the ties that and it wasn't in her
overuse
favor.
that, if you have that ability and you overuse it, the juju bounce back real
And it
hard.
did. It smacked
so
her so hard. She lost
shit.
everything.
It's a movie that's a mind.
Did you say
fucking universe.
Absa What? Yo,
Absolutely.
I want the Shelby dictionary, my nigga. Write
Y'all
that shit
create a
out.
new Wikipedia.
I mean, we really can do it.
Yeah,
I can do
100%.
Yeah, that would be cute.
No, what's
And then
predestination
you gotta
about?
put, all your meanings and everything.
I can't explain it. You kind of have to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it. Just
look,
think of a
we'll
snake
sell it
eating
at
its
Barnes
own
and
tail,
Nobles.
just
Yeah,
going
you
around.
could.
Because
It is the biggest mind fuck
A
ever.
borealis?
All that type of stuff.
A borealis. It's the snake eating its tail. That represents something on the esoteric tip. I forgot what it is.
Oh, that's what it's
It's
called.
like that. I can't really explain it to you. Predestination. It's on what, Netflix or something. Yeah, it's Ethan Hawke.
Oh, my nigga Ethan Hawke in it? Yeah. Hey, yo, if Ethan Hawke is in a movie, that bitch about to be good as fuck, bro. I ain't never seen Ethan Hawke in nothing whack on the scriptures. Let me get to it.
On the
So,
scriptures.
fuck it. Fuck the album of the year. I don't have anything. That Doja shit was fire, though. The one with the spider on the cover. The one, what should I say?
Mm-mm.
The Get Off.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay, let's say
No.
she worshipped
And
the
I
devil, but
love,
the music might be
and I,
good.
Let's say, let's
that's
say.
why it's good. No, it's dope. It's dope, but it's
What was that
very
shit called?
corrupt.
Get Off?
Yeah,
Go
like,
Off?
like I love those, but
I'm
Little
not gonna
Mama.
say
I didn't
that
hear it,
people
bro.
who are in that industry don't make good music.
she took it very far.
She went
What is
hard
that shit
left.
called?
She
Hold
got the
on.
whole world singing "It's the Devil."
She went
She the
hard
devil.
left.
Yeah.
She got the whole world
Right.
singing his
You're right.
name
What?
Yes.
in unison.
Are you talking about Paint the Town Red?
Yes. Come on.
album was good, though.
Imagine billions of people at a concert or millions
Yeah, I don't be
singing
bumping
that
that.
out loud,
Out loud.
over and over
And I'm
and
not.
over.
I'll be
Y'all
damned
done
if I let
called
my
him
niece
to the
sing
stage.
this
Yeah,
song.
yeah, I do understand she's
Arena.
trolling like a motherfucker, though, right? So, yeah, I do understand she is trolling like a motherfucker.
And people
right?
bringing their
But
kids to
Nah.
But the funny thing about that is
That
you could
tat
be
on her
trolling
back is
and
not
now
trolling,
it's
bro.
being
To my house like
used.
that.
It's still being used.
I turn
I
it
don't think
off.
she cares,
Even if you
but
don't-
she don't
even if you
realize
don't
that's how
care.
her trolls are gonna go. But
I remember
But
the
if you
song.
don't,
Hold on,
doesn't
wait.
mean
I
it's
remember the
not
song. It's
used.
I get it, but
Little mama go off, acting bag and choke. when
Oh, I know what you're singing.
that shit
I like
bang.
the
I'm
song.
sorry.
It is. It's dope.
It's cold. It's catchy.
But
Not
they
bad.
are the kings and queens of chance.
Yeah, it was giving lullaby.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
You're right. What do I want to do?
even if you don't know that you're being
Thoughts on BBL culture?
Yeah.
Fuck the music.
and we can talk about music.
Thoughts on BBL culture? I'll give mine first. Like
Booty too big, legs too small.
Don't look at an ant butt. Like he look like Bug's Life, bro.
yeah.
You get to, I'm just saying.
Bug's Life is crazy.
Dog.
A lot of times they'll tell us that it's the men dictating what we want the women to look like. I completely disagree. I think it's the entertainment industry who's kind of promoting that look. The Kim Kardashian, Nicki Minaj thing. That's when it first started around 08 and 09. And it's like we never said we wanted a woman to be abnormally thick. Like thick, cool. You've done that twice and I can't help it. Is there something in my nose?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, I'm going through an extreme acid reflux, and I think it's because my vitamins I took earlier. So I keep my bad.
What did I say? Oh yeah, no, I don't think we created that. We didn't create the look of it. I'm fine with a nice little petite thing that's plump. It can't be
That's
crazy
plump.
flat. Wait a
Got
minute,
nice
wait a-
shape.
We men. Breast man, ass man.
Oh, Lord.
I like that ass.
What do you
What
I
did he
like that
say?
ass, girl.
What did he say?
He said he's an ass man.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Mr. Spiritual. It's okay.
Boobies.
You like that shoulder? I'm a breast man. Dr. John. Bert, go ahead. They can't hear you on the mic, but I'm going to speak for Bert. Go ahead. Come on, Bert. Come on, Bert. Big one. He not going to answer. No, Bert has sponsorships. We not going to go there. Fine. But my point is, we didn't create that standard. You know, I'm always have fun with it, but I don't think we on the ground level created that standard. This whole thing of taking fat out of your body to put it in your ass. My stomach trying to be a butt. This shit is crazy, yo. Like it's and it kills people.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on it?
Oh, me first?
I would tell you right.
I thought you pointed at him.
Okay. I was like, who?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
You have one.
Mine is real quick. I mean, just to the women that do have it, nothing against y'all. And I'm basically regurgitating something I heard on IG, which is men will fuck that. We don't want that. Like, it's not something we're trying to wife. It look nice. We will hit that. You're not going to be anybody's wife with no stomach butt.
Can we start
Stomach butt is
calling them stomach
hilarious.
butts? No, but for real, like, and I don't even think that a man with discernment is not going to crack somebody that's consistently putting. Why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free?
Absolutely.
So I completely disagree. It depends on the dude, but I think a man of a certain caliber is not going to be looking at you if you putting your ass on the sink talking about look at my phone case.
That's the man I'm talking about.
Agreed.
I don't know. I was raised by both my parents, and my dad lifted my mom
A
up.
little bit louder now.
My dad lifted my mother up despite the fact of what she did or didn't have physically. So I never felt pressured growing into my womanhood that I needed more than what I had.
Yeah.
And so I just live by that. I'm going to teach my daughter that, and I'm good. You know, to each his own, though. You want to put your stomach in your butt, that's up to you.
Please be careful.
But it's not for me.
I mean,
Go for it, dog.
I mean, I prefer natural bodies. I prefer all things natural on the earth, period. I know God has given man powers to transform and create certain things, but I think certain things should just be.
But we're not
Left
supposed to
as
be
is.
playing with the physique.
I
God
was
don't
say,
make
like,
mistakes,
I just feel like every time somebody plays with their body, something bad happens. Like it's
100%.
almost never a
And they
100%
they're never okay
smooth.
with it.
It's never
They keep
okay
getting
with
it.
it.
They keep
Yeah.
correcting the shit.
I feel like that's
so
a
they look like
sign right
aliens.
there
Yeah.
that it's not supposed to be tainted with. Like
Mhm.
it's different for you to go work out, but like for you to literally physically go get cut open
Yeah.
is
Hell no.
totally different thing.
Because think
Only
about,
if
and
you're
you're
dying.
paying to be cut
You're
into.
paying to be cut open and then have to be down for that time, have to recover if your body works with
Like,
that
think about
stuff.
how much you had to look at
Yeah.
yourself and be not okay to physically say, you know what, I'm going to go to a surgeon. I'm going to pay thousands of dollars out of my own pocket to get something induced where I was fine.
Yeah.
And the I'm glad you brought it up because it's rhinoplasty, I think is what it's called, basically a nose job.
Not a nose job.
Can you elaborate? I'm sorry.
We were taught here that the Eurocentric beauty standard is the wave.
Yeah.
And
For a long
obviously
time.
our noses are a bit bigger, bit more narrow, bit like here in the brim,
And round.
and then thick in the nostrils. And they're teaching us not to love ourselves by putting these Eurocentric beauty standards in our face all the time. Maybe it's Maybelline. It was always a chick with her hair
I mean, it's being
flattened.
broken down now, but
It's
it
still,
was very
yeah.
prevalent.
For sure.
Now, I was about to say that
Yeah,
now.
it's
Like
very
just
prevalent.
now. Like just-
recently
just
in the last
now.
3 or 4
Yeah.
years. But growing up, I mean, we already are in our formative years at that point. We already
Yeah.
have that programming.
Yeah, the damage had been done already.
And it's not just us, because it's people that from Europe that don't have that thin-ass nose and them small-ass nostrils.
Yeah.
Because the Fibonacci spiral, golden ratio, God wants you to breathe. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's not
gotta
trying
suck
to
it
be
out.
cute. He wants you to
be
say,
able
I
to breathe, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But you're so cute anyway.
I'm just against that period. I'm just
Yeah.
against the plastic surgery wave. What's my man, Al Nuke? He just made a movie about that on the BBL side of the game and how it's women dying.
Literally.
Because they're not going to the real person. They getting the shit for the cheap. They put fucking silicone or some
And even people
crazy
who
shit
got
in your
the
ass.
bread
And
because,
bloodstream,
you know,
you die.
rest her soul, and I don't want it to be a sore subject, but remember DC Young Flies?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I forgot about that.
That was
Yeah.
really sad.
Kanye West's mom too.
Kanye West's mom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was some really big
You're not
public
supposed to get your
figures.
fucking flesh cut open for the love.
Just
If you're
for
not
funsies.
dying-
Like, no.
That's madness.
Literally.
I just had to speak on that because the shit is getting on my nerves, and y'all not putting that on me. If you get a fucking BBL talking about men like, no, we don't. What'd you say, Bugs Life? We don't. All that extra crazy
you look
ass
like an
on the
ant.
disproportionate
Like an
side of the game.
Some of us ain't got enough to pass the cheeks to reach the middle. I'm just saying.
I feel like if I don't got the buns, I wasn't meant to have them.
Bro, there's just so many people that just look great the way they are. When they're healthy, when they're happy, when they love themselves, they look amazing no matter how big, tall, short, whatever.
Yeah.
You ever see that one pretty chick? Like you just see the face, like dang, she pretty, and then she turn around and she got a big ass BBL and the legs barely match, and it just fuck it
And
all
you're
up.
like, "Ugh."
It fuck it up all the time for me. I don't-
Cooking with Kaya. Y'all hip?
I've heard about it. I never saw an episode, but I know what she does. I know what she does.
She cooks,
Yeah.
I thought that.
then
might
she
be it.
turns around at the end of her cooking and starts to do a little twerk.
Oh, that's what they were talking about.
So that's
Okay.
what I've been
But
missing.
she's also the one that said, if y'all don't cook for y'all man, I will.
I
Ooh.
think the reason that she's getting so much pushback and they're calling her a pick-me is because she's kind of pushing the spirit of it's okay to be a housewife, it's okay to cook
And
for
it
your man
is.
or to cater.
And it is.
And the feminist independent movement is saying you're a pick-me if
This
you want to cater to your husband. Husband, emphasis on husband.
emphasis on
And that's why they don't
husband,
have one.
duh.
So, and that's why they don't what?
Have one.
Basically,
Eh,
you're women. I would love to hear you.
we are. That is
Speak.
that's what.
I would love to hear you speak on that concept because, if I come out against that hyper feminazi shit, they'll call me a misogynist. But from your perspective, how do you feel about the whole pick me thing? Because I can come back and talk
I'm
that
about to say the
shit.
pick me thing or the hyper feminist movement doesn't seem pro women. It seems like all about tearing down the family, which is anti women because we're all together.
And what women actually are, because they keep
Exactly.
including men in the women category.
Exactly. So what a real woman is somebody who
Holy shit. Yes, that's deep.
what a real woman is somebody who loves themselves and wants to love and take care of her community. I don't think that has anything to do with not working or working from home or having a multi-million-dollar empire. I think if you're somebody who is trying your best to be better every day and then reaching back and bringing people up, you're doing the right thing. And if that means I get to stay at home with my babies and teach them ABCs and homeschool them so they can be better humans, amazing.
And
I
in my
agree.
opinion, you should homeschool because
I
the
absolutely
public
think
school
you should
system.
homeschool low key,
Which is exactly
what I'm
or
doing.
private school from if you can't afford it. Obviously.
I kind of just want to piggyback off of that because I actually am a stay-at-home mom, and I have been for the last year. I mean, I had my pregnancy, and then my baby is 4 months, but I haven't worked a regular job since January 6th being as I do have a partner, but it has allowed me the comfortability, to be able to just have that space and sanctity in my own home. I can raise my kid the way I want to. I don't have to rely on a establishment to tell me what thoughts and how my kids should think. So I get to do that. So I just believe that a lot of these traditional values that they trying so hard to say, oh, it's progressive, it's independence, they pushing us away from and trying to demonize that. But in reality, a lot of people and women wish they could do that. They can't afford to.
Absolutely.
You have a lot of women who wish they could do that, but maybe they can't take off work, or be at home or whatever.
And you had a water birth. Can you explain the benefits of a water birth?
Oh my gosh, I watched one. It's scary as heck, but it's amazing at the same time.
So it's so many benefits. Like, first of all, you add complete peace. You're in control. You have the luxury of moving around. You don't have nobody in and out, doing unnecessary checks, forcing your dilation, doing unnecessary interventions on you. And you have a complete pregnancy plan or birthing plan completely structured to your, what you feel, what you believe in, and what you don't. So for me, I had 2 midwives who were, basically at my beck and call. So I called them around 9 a.m. They was there at 10 and like putting ice packs on my back, helping me breathe. And I got to go through the process of keeping my umbilical cord attached to the baby, where it's called delayed cord clamping. But in the hospital, they only allow you up to 1 minute or 2, and sometimes less than that. Like some people 30 seconds, because they always rushing you, get it done now. 15 seconds. Exactly. So instead, when my baby was born, I was able to hold her, comfort her, and keep the cord attached until all the blood was circulated into her, done pumping, which is the way it's supposed to go. You
That's
don't
what
have
they
to go
did
through,
in the villages.
Yeah, transfusions and all that. And also, like they had everything you could think of to help me with, like, in case of hemorrhaging or anything like that. But you don't have to worry about those things, because most home doctors chose that because they hated what was going on in hospitals. So they set up a holistic plan to get your blood levels right. Like for me, I had horrible hemoglobin, which is low iron. So they helped me get it back natural by taking like nettle leaf, and like very, very, holistic healing and different teas and raspberry and all
Rest
these
in
things.
peace, Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, that helped me get my blood levels proper so that way I could have a successful harm birth. So I'm extremely grateful to Tiffany and Noelle. Just shout out to them, So, yeah.
What about you? Didn't you do the same thing?
Yeah. We had a water birth as well. Unfortunately, well, I ain't gonna say unfortunately, but didn't get to have a home birth. But yeah, we essentially experienced those same benefits. We kept the cord on until it fell off naturally.
Yeah.
Planting the placenta, all that. I am an advocate for those type of births. My wife is also a doula, so she's educated me on the disparities that women and especially so Black women face in maternal health spaces.
Define the word doula.
So a doula,
like a nurse for African people.
No. So they actually,
nurse,
if you don't
like
mind.
go ahead.
So a doula will actually step in. So they have all the similar knowledge to that of a midwife, but the doula is the support person. So the midwife will say, hey, keep the cord on there until this. But the doula say, hey, you're doing a great job. You got it. You know what I'm saying? You strong. You know what I'm saying? I need you to slow down your breathing. So the doula is your support for your mental and emotional status throughout the entire duration, but they have all the similar knowledge to coach you. So let's say you go to the hospital, the doula is your stand-in and say, don't do that. Don't dilate her. Hey, don't tell her to push us too early. Your doula is your advocate. So that's the difference between them and the midwife. The midwife actually delivers the baby. The doula says it's going well.
Speed round. Go ahead.
And to expand a little bit, at least the doulas that I've seen, and they support the entire family as well. Of course, the focus is on the mother, but the entire family needs that support as well. Like so, teaching the dad how he can be a better support person during birth. Just different things like that.
On the dating side of the game, do you feel like if a man emotes too much to his woman or his partner, that she will lose respect for him. This is what I notice with younger women, older women, not as much. I guess it depends on the person and their emotional maturity. You're women.
Yeah, I was saying,
Yeah,
try. Answer if he wants to, and then I'll chime in. Yeah.
John's going to give me a deep spiritual answer from God. I would like to
Not
hear.
a deep spiritual answer.
I would like to hear from the feminine perspective because
Okay.
they're teaching the red pill community is as dangerous as the feminazi community, and I say it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Some of it is good, but a lot of it is horseshit.
Mhm.
I don't think it's a problem to emote to someone who's sincere, but a lot of people aren't sincere.
Okay, so I guess I'll take the reins real quick. In my personal experience with relationships, if you do not allow that man a safe space to vent, to tell you about his problems,
Preach.
something as simple as his day,
Yeah.
then do you really care about that man
No.
that you are sharing space with?
This is my
It's impossible
perspective.
for you to.
If you overvent to your girl and you lean on her hard, she will be getting her back blown out by another man.
That is not true.
No.
That is not true.
I've seen it 8 times.
No, in my
8 times.
experience,
Well, that was that woman. That was
my
that type of
man
woman.
can come to me. There is
8
no
different
there's
scenarios.
no time that he
It's a lot.
can't.
Low
I don't
tempo.
care
Hold up.
if he's sad, if he, if there's something, death in the family, whatever. It could be something simple, like maybe he just saying, you know what, I'm the heavyweight in this house. I'm the one that hold it down all the time. When do I have a chance to just be human, where I'm not always in go mode, not
Yeah.
always in protector mode, not always in the provider mode? Like, when do I just have a moment?
Never.
So no, but the truth,
If you haven't helped me, yes.
but the truth is, when he come into that house, it's my goal to do my best to be that.
Mhm.
That whatever that piece is,
Yeah.
that sanctum that he needs, I have to create that space. So yes, I'm gonna make sure the house is clean. I'm gonna make sure he got a meal. I'm gonna make sure, if he need his feet rubbed, his back rubbed, whatever, I'm gonna
Let me
do that
cater
for
to
him.
you.
No,
'cause
for
baby,
real,
this is your
because
thing. Yeah,
it
go
is
ahead.
it is a thank you. It is gratitude. It's appreciation. It's saying I understand you are a provider. I
And
understand
it's
you
hard,
go
man.
out and you work hard and you do it all year long and you don't ask me for a dime. Now, granted, I do my part, take care of our kid. But the reality is, it is a partnership. So I
100%.
have to take care of the kid. Somebody has to provide for the house. And so we understand our roles.
You monologuing
And
like a
it's
motherfucker. I hear you.
nothing- And there's nothing wrong with
I was just
that.
like, did your mother like put all those morals and values in you?
100%.
And that's what
My
I'm saying.
parents are separated,
Yeah.
but they still take care of each other. My mama still iron my daddy clothes. She still
Yeah.
cook his meals. She still rub his
Yeah,
back. She
my-
do anything for
My
him.
mom is the same with my stepdad, so I've seen that. But I've noticed that there aren't too many women like you. You're
But
like a
it's
rarity.
because of what's
So-
being
I
taught
was gonna
now.
say, it's because of what it looks like out there. Like
Yeah.
people, I think people are misunderstanding what's happening. Venting is not the same as saying everything that comes to your mind. There's some men who will say things, every single thought that comes to their mind to their woman, and not realize that some of those thoughts are deprecating. You can say, "Okay, I'm not having a hard day," but for you to be like, "Okay, well, you were getting on my nerves because you have to know how to talk to, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to
Yeah.
know how to talk to your partner and when
Yeah.
about what.
Yeah, are you
Because
putting her
You could be
down?
putting her down.
Yeah.
And then that's why she went to get her back blown out by somebody else because you thought you
Because
were
the way you
venting and
presented
being
it.
vulnerable, but you were really just saying everything that was
And
in your
taking
head.
it out on her
and
'cause
taking
you
it out on
upset.
her because
That's
she's the closest
projecting,
to
though.
you.
So
Yeah, it's projecting.
Understanding your partner's love language
Yeah.
is you segued into it, but like how to communicate what you're
Yeah.
going through versus
Yes.
just
Blindly
bearing. Yeah, it's
communicating.
called emotion
Literally.
dumping.
Yeah.
You can't just dump on
Yeah.
her and then be like, I don't understand why she don't want to be around me anymore.
Which is, I want to
Exactly.
say something about sobriety. This culture pushes a lot of this drug abuse to escape your pain thing.
Absolutely.
There was a difference. Fuck, I guess I'll be vulnerable. There's a woman that I actually liked that I lost due to emotion dumping, and I didn't notice the difference between how I was speaking when I was drinking versus when I wasn't,
Yeah.
and it kind of fucked our whole situation. So I would say to the men who have to carry a lot, my nigga, you can't talk to your girl the way you talk to the homies.
No.
There has to
No.
Please
be,
don't. Please don't.
there has to be a level of overstanding
Yeah.
that it might not sound like it. I'm so glad you said that. It might not sound like it, but you're kind of being a dick. And we talk to each other like that because we're kind of used to it. But
Y'all
I
are
didn't realize
harder.
how much softer or sensitive certain feminine women could be. So thank you. That was fucking beautiful. Love languages.
Because remember, we are emotional first, logic after.
Yes.
Men are logic first, emotions after.
Even though they're super emotional.
Exactly.
Did you see the Andrew
just
Schulz?
hidden.
This is the last topic. You see the Andrew Schulz Kendrick thing?
What's that?
No.
Did you see it? God
Nah,
damn, man.
I know what he's
So
saying.
I don't know
seen
what
it.
you're talking about.
I seen it. What you want me to say about it?
So I'll lead it then, but I'm tired of the cancel culture thing fucking up blue comedy. Andrew Schulz didn't say anything that was over the top. If we grew up on Family Guy, South Park, Def Comedy Jam, the beef is a rape joke, and they're trying to make it buck breaking. But he essentially said Kendrick is too short to be talking crazy to him because Andrew's like 6'7" feet and Kendrick is 5'6". And he was saying if I like lottery tickets, same joke, but it was Bow Wow and Ice Cube and black people. He was saying if I got you on my celly, I would take advantage of you. You shouldn't be talking crazy to me because you can't whoop me. I would bend you over and take your manhood. But
But those aren't those. We don't, bro. You know damn well we don't say shit like that in a joking manner.
I wouldn't have made the joke, but I've seen the joke made, Herbert the Pervert and Family Guy, who wants to fuck Chris for 10, 15 years straight.
That's a
So-
fucking cartoon.
So my point is, Scary Movie 3, Michael Jackson fucking kids. We've made these jokes before, and now we're in this cancel culture mode where everything has to be racist, sexist, or creepy, or whatever the fuck.
But let's be honest, a lot of the jokes are. We may not call it that because it's like, okay, just laugh and move on.
Yeah.
But in retrospect,
But where's
this
the
shit
where's the middle?
is
Where's
Where's
the
the middle?
line?
Yeah.
Is
there
there
a
a
middle in
line?
comedy? Is there a middle in comedy?
I think it's that individual. I think it depends.
I
on the
do that
individual. That's-
for a
I
living.
think it depends.
And
I think it does.
find that to be
I
I
bullshit.
think
Depends on
you
the
should
individual.
only deal with the comedians who fit your type of humor. If they too
Agreed.
dark for you, don't deal with it. If
Agreed.
they too dry for you,
Agreed.
don't deal with it.
But that's
I
like
mean,
with
it is what it
anybody who
is.
makes
I don't like this
content at
niggas
all.
using this fake pro-black shit. All of a sudden, everybody want to act like they down with this conscious community shit, and they don't do shit for their community, but they want to be fake outraged
See, I don't like that.
to build, to get an
Like, how are you
audience
gonna be,
watching
like-
them on the internet.
Yeah.
Now,
think-
who though?
All of them.
All of them.
Jay-Z rapped about selling dope to his people for fucking 20, 30 years straight, grew some freeform locks, and all of a sudden he Mahatma Gandhi. I don't believe it.
Okay,
See,
no.
I-
Next.
Yeah.
Who else?
Agree.
All of them. It's not one person.
Yeah.
This is the biggest I
Just
can
those
think
people,
of. off
those
top.
type of people.
Yes,
yeah.
that
I
ilk
agree
of
with that
people.
though,
Yeah.
because there's people who
I
like
look at
never
that as
ever
growth,
been
though.
down.
Like, he came from that.
But,
Is it growth or is it trending?
Right.
Are we
Is it
talking
trending?
about Jay-Z
Because the
going
proof is
from
in
the
the
drug
pudding.
dealer to what he is now?
The proof is in the pudding. If you really were about the community or you really transformed, then your spirit and your heart is gonna show out on your life. If you didn't, you didn't, and that's gonna also show in your life. So if you down, you down. If you're not, you've never been about it.
Last thought. Do you have a thought?
Not last thought.
I
just
just,
you
say-
have a
I
thought.
just say, with the joke, it was funny. Like at first, I was like, okay, this is entertaining. I was like, okay, somebody's getting their feelings into it. But then after he started going on about it, and he seemed like he was hurt because there was a pushback on it. That's what kind of made it seem like you might be taking a little too far, Andrew.
Yeah.
Kendrick called him out on wax on his album. He's not taking anything too far. It's obvious who he was talking about.
There's a lot
If
of white
this nigga-
comedians.
if-
There are a
if-
lot of white comedians that do that. You do know
He
that.
was talking about him on his. He pointed him out specifically. If Andrew was a black man, would we be having this conversation?
Probably not, but since he's a white, Jewish white dude, we're having this conversation. I'm just saying when he kept baiting into it. That's
There's a bit, and I'm gonna close it. The brother Bird has shit to do. Chris Rock has a bit where he says "cracker ass cracker." Could a white comic say "nigger ass nigger"?
No.
No.
Why is it funny for Chris Rock to
Instantly
do it?
canceled. Instantly canceled.
I
That's
don't
a
do
good-
hypocrisy. If it's
No,
funny
that's a
there,
good
it's funny there.
question. That's a good question. That's a good question.
And I'm gonna leave it like that. All these movements with this, the BLM thing, the feminist thing, all of these are Marxist movements. I was talking to a friend of mine. He said, "Well, what is Marxism?" I'm not talking about the textbook Webster's dictionary version of Marxism. It's this concept of the Hegelian dialectic, where you use some sort of scenario that happens and pin people on different sides of the spectrum against each other to
Yeah.
distract them long enough for them to not realize what's really happening. And by the time they realize it, you've already used their emotional battery for whatever your agenda was. If we fast forward from 2016 and now, the gender war has been more severe. The race war has been more severe.
Yeah.
And they even found a way to throw gay versus straight into it, which nobody gave a fuck about.
Mm-hmm.
I promise I don't care what you do in your bedroom.
And then it's like, not even that, but they completely trying to deface everything that a woman is while completely keeping
Agreed.
intact what a man is. So I just don't even like none of it, to be honest.
I agree.
I'm over
They're not
it.
keeping us intact either.
I'm about to say, no, they're turning down both sides.
Well, I know they're trying to emasculate y'all, but they
They're
trying to
emasculate
tell
them.
us that
Wait,
we're the
wait,
same
nail
as men.
polish.
Literally.
I'm over it.
And
Like,
nail
no,
polish. And
no.
I would say
Yeah,
the heels
trying to
thing,
say
when
that
I
it's
looked- I
okay.
did my research on the heels. We started that shit, unfortunately.
I'm about to say, yeah, no. It's invented by a man. That was true.
Thing, but, you know, maybe not a black dude thing, but a dude thing in general.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The skirts and the nail. Come on now.
The whole point is to tear down
The nuclear
everybody.
family.
The
like you
nuclear
said,
family,
yeah.
like you said. That's
Division.
That's the only
Division.
reason why. Yeah.
Because the more that you're focusing on all the distractions, the less you focus on whatever God's life mission is for you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to end it on that, man. Plug and all that good shit.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram at Real John Still John.
You can find me on IG at Cairo Song.
You can find me at Shelby Love, but the 3 in the love is E.
You can find me on Instagram, Johnny Storm 911, all other social platforms as well, except for X is DJJ Storm.
I go by the name Black Poet. Act like you know it. Tune in for another episode of No PC Radio. All right.
Pop, pop,
The best.